mean, I'm always switching it out. So I mean, even the month before that, I was doing South Indian dishes. I was making chutney. Like chutney? You guys like chutney?
Yeah.
Haven't had it for a long time.
Okay, yeah, it's quick and easy. I don't know, you guys are all local, like in Sunnyvale, they have these graded frozen packs. That way, you know, the coconut doesn't really go bad if you get the fresh. If you're gonna make it right away in Sunnyvale, there's this Indian store that has like fresh graded coconuts. But if you can't, you can get these frozen packs to make your chutney. So that's another thing. I'm always eating South Indian chutney. Samosas, I make my own samosas as well. I mean, I've been cooking for a long time, so I'm always switching it up. I never get bored. So we're waiting for that to boil, and once it boils, we'll make our buns. But this is how it looks like anyway. Like I showed you, this is a small version. If you have more time, you can kind of cup it to have bun-like shape. So it's pretty easy. So I have my two buns. This is more of a shape like bun. So this is the finished product. I made it earlier. I'm always making these buns. There. So that's boiling. If you have any more questions, I can answer your questions. So so what I do is I break it up. So making two buns. These are mini buns. Then you can use a roller. But if you really want to just throw it in there, I just flap my hands and then I shape the sides here. And then I grab the top here. You don't have to put oil or anything. You can just place it right on there. I don't know if you have a steamer. Do you have a steamer at home? You can actually put it in the oven if you want to. I just thought this was a great, healthy way to get buns, and it's nice and soft, and that's what I like about it. When you put it in the oven, it may or may not be as soft, and when you put it in the steamer, it can stay soft for like a few days, but it never stays past a day because I'm making small enough where I don't feel too guilty like eating 4 or 5, so because it can all fit in here. So I'll throw in my second one. Making my second bun, and I always encourage you, if you want to shape it around, you can even put some little markings on the top if you want. Okay, great. So that's going, and so that's just 2 buns. I don't know if you can see that.
How long do you steam them?
10 minutes, and if you want to keep them a little bit longer, like low heat, it can go on for 30 minutes without being overly cooked because it's just, again, steam. So that's a good thing about it. Like if you leave it in an oven, you forget, but we have technology and timers, but you can never really overcook it. The only thing is that if you leave it for too long, that the bottoms get soggy. But what I do is I put it in a toaster oven right there for like maybe 5-10 seconds on 450 heat, and that's about it. So I'm putting it on top of the stove here. Let it like cook. I put it on high heat, and for 10 minutes I put my timer on. There you go. So for 10 minutes it'll cook, and that's pretty much it. And that's one of my go-tos. And you can use buckwheat flour in your mix. You can use all gluten-free flours. That's the reason. That was another reason why I wanted to make my own sort of buns, is because in the marketplace there was hardly any great gluten-free breads that are out there. Especially when the pandemic started, it was like even less options. So yeah, that's really my take on something that's fast, convenient, and delicious. Everyone that have sampled this whole kit, they loved it. And yeah. Oh, tuna, vegan tuna was a big one that I started making. Vegan tuna is really simple. You can just grab what you have. Like I use celery, green onions to make my vegan tuna. A little bit of lemon. So celery, green onions, lemon, chickpeas, and if you're in a hurry, you don't have to cook the chickpeas. You can buy a can, drain it, press them. You don't want to put it in a mix because then it won't really be a tuna texture. You can make your own mayonnaise, or you can add like vegan mayonnaise for a tuna salad. A little bit of salt, a little bit of garlic, and you're good to go. So that's all of my go-tos. There's more. I mean, I can go on if you want to hear more about my go-tos. Like I also do barbecue jackfruit or briskets and putting in my buns as well. If you had jackfruit, have you guys had jackfruit before?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's a good one.
I have a can of jackfruit, but I haven't really.
Oh, can? Is it like in brine, like plain jackfruit? Or is it sweet jackfruit?
Plain. No, it's plain.
Oh, great. That's good. That's fine. That's quick and easy. With that one, I would just rinse it off and then kind of marinate it yourself, because I think in that brine it has like a strong taste. So I would just rinse it off. If you have the extra time, kind of marinate it, put some onions, garlic, a little bit of salt, and then even the barbecue, let it marinate in there, and then saute it with your onions. Yeah, and that's pretty it for your brisket or your barbecue jackfruit. It tastes really good. Have you cooked with jackfruit before? Oh, okay. Yeah. The barbecue jackfruit is really good. Or jerk jackfruit. Jerk jackfruit is great. I make my own jerk, or you can buy your own organic jerk. Pretty simple. So that's going on. A little 5 more minutes on that. It's really fast for our buns, but yeah.
So is the jerk a seasoning, or is it a?
Yeah. Jerk is a seasoning. Yes, I wouldn't say originated, but Jamaicans from the islands, they've kind of really marketed and are known for doing jerks, and that's great.
Do you have one that you would recommend? Something we can find in a
brand? I wouldn't have a specific brand. I would just say organic, if you can, but it's not as like if it's a Dirty Dozen and high pesticides. But I would just say organic brands are really good. Fresh, and the Caribbean or these little small like farming shops, they have them as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, no, Ralph's have them. Or is it not Ralph's? What's this one? Safeway. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah. You have a question there, in Lauren?
You did. Yes. You mentioned you make the buns sound really delicious, the ones that you make.
They are.
And very nutritious, much more than a regular bun. But you mentioned that you also do it because you can't find a lot of good gluten-free alternatives. Why do you look for gluten-free?
Oh, why me personally gluten-free? Yeah. Well, me personally gluten-free, not because I have gluten allergies. Is just I was just kind of doing more research on the gluten and kind of the studies with more like cognitive functioning, and then also like just gut. So that was my 2 reasons. And also I personally, when I started doing more body analysis, when I've had breads with the gluten, my abs didn't look as great. So I don't know if it was, I don't know, but those are my 2 reasons. So I'm not a nutritionist or anything like that, but I did a lot of research, and it was more for cognitive research. They were showing that more people that went gluten-free showed more improvement in cognitive behaviors. And so that's the reason why. And then gut. So those are 2. Do you have any gluten tolerance or no?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
And I always.
If you don't, it's not like a big deal.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do go gluten-free even if they don't have an intolerance.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I always wondered about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think the marketing definitely, it's not really like ultra bad because there's only a small percentage of people that have the intolerance. But again, there's a lot of research, but you know, but I know for myself personally, the physical,
Feel better.
yeah, and feeling better. I know for sure. Comparison because I'm eating these buns like every day, and I feel lighter, and I don't feel like weighed down, and everything is fresh.
Yeah.
Everything is fresh.
Awesome. Thanks.
So it doesn't sit there, and it doesn't have chemicals to keep the shelf life.
Oh yeah, I know. Make it yourself.
Yes, exactly. Make it yourself. And 10 minutes. 10 minutes is quick. It's fast.
That's nothing
Mm-hmm.
compared to baking, standard bread.
Right. Exactly. You can yeast or
fast.
anything like that.
Yep. Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
What about sugar? Do you use a lot of sugar, any sugar, or would you recommend one over the other?
I personally, just because I'm all about like abs, so I don't really have too much sugar. And but if you want like a sweetener, you should probably use fruits. But if you're baking maple syrup, you want to do that compared to like you see agave and a lot of all these artificial, but maple syrup. A lot of the research studies have shown maple syrup is a better choice. So if you want to do that, but kind of stay away from like the heavy artificial sweeteners, even though you see like less sugar, but it's all chemical. It's not all natural. And then if you can't really do any of these, then you can go for cane. But yeah, but if you could get fruits or sugar from your fruits, depending on what are you making.
Like,
you can't put your fruits in like a coffee, or if that's your mean.
or like a baked good.
Oh, like baked goods? Yeah. Depending on the baked goods, yeah, if you can use like bananas but if maple syrup will go well with your baked goods. I know when I'm doing like my demos, like flaxseed balls, energy balls, I would use maple. And that's another thing too. For Zoe, you can make energy balls out of flaxseed meal. Those are yum.
Those sound like a good snack.
Yes. So it's so versatile. Like you could do so much with that. You can make muffins. I mean, so much you could do. Doughnuts. You can steam your doughnuts. OMG.
Yum.
You can make doughnuts out of that. That's an exciting one. You don't have to, how if you're making donuts, you have to heavily fry them, but you can make donuts in 10, 12 minutes. Using similar ingredients, but again, you add either cacao or cocoa flour or cinnamon if you want like a cinnamon bun donut or a plain donut. You can add your sweetener, but that is something I would encourage you to try. It's like, oh man, it tastes really, really good. You don't feel heavy, and donuts alone has less calories than other sort of sweets, but you should try.
Is that a recipe you could share? Sorry.
Oh yeah. All these I could share with Gary with the links. You can scroll down all the recipes. Yeah. I mean, it's tons of recipes you could check out. Especially these days, I've been posting more just because I've been cooking life.
Where are you posting them?
On my site, Get Fit Eat Well. I could share you the direct link to this specific recipes so that you're not really scrolling. So I'll share with you the buns, I'll share with you the donuts, I'll share with you, what else did we talk about? The burgers, tuna.
Okay, could you say the URL again? You said
GetFitEatWell.com. Yes, Carol. Great. GetFitEatWell.com. That's the site there. How are our buns looking? Okay, yeah, our buns are rising. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it there? Can you see it? No?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. surface light. So yeah, they're pretty simple. About another minute, it'll be done. I'll let it sit out. And then again, you could put it in like the toaster for like 5-10 seconds. Or if you want more of a crisp crunch, you could do whatever you could treat it however you treat buns. But it's simple, it's easy. You could do so much thing. It's so versatile with it. Yeah. And I like to play around with the seasoning. I add oregano to kind of give it like a pizza feel. Oh, you can make pizza crust out of that too. I mean, there's so much you could do. I was making pizza for 3 weeks and straight. You know, adding different toppings. Supreme pizzas, adding olives on there. Ooh, yum. It goes great with the flax.
Are you still a trainer?
No, not anymore. I do some coaching, but I don't really train as much just because for the last 5 years, I've been really going on morning shows and a lot of other things as a chef. So kind of gets lost that I started as a fitness trainer and a coach. And these days I'm trying to post more and recycle my old videos of instructing, because I was heavily on abs. And that's how I got into food. Like people were like, man, how are you like maintaining a great physique? I was like, really, it's much diet. I wasn't one of those guys that loved to work out like 1 hour, 2 hours. I was a 30-minute guy, like in and out. But the reason why I was in great shape is because I ate clean. And I think that because I kind of grew up like with these disciplines at 14, when my gym instructor at that time was like, you know, food definitely would make you more competitive, because he would have like ranks, and I wanted to be number one of like physique. And so, yeah, so from 14 to 17, I kind of stayed disciplined, because I stayed number one from there. So and now all these years I've maintained eating clean, because I found ways to enjoy food. Never eliminating fats or eliminating anything from our diet. So still maintaining fats, carbs, protein, you know, the macros. Yeah. And there's fitness stuff on there too, if you want to check out the videos, like ab workouts, because I'm really big on that. And then other drills.
With a little bit of luck, I think I can show your website. If you want to just
okay.
Hold on for a second.
Well, yeah, definitely. And yeah, you know, with more planning and scheduling, we could do another one and do like a whole.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's the site.
Let people see.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah,
picture.
so that's me there.
Yeah, hunk.
Thank you. Yeah, so you can click on the fitness videos, not too much, because that's just recent, and then recipes, where you can scroll on there. So that's the website for just generally all fitness. And then I also have a personal page, veganchef.co, which is just information about myself, which I kind of told you my background. I'm originally from New York, have Caribbean parents, and started as a trainer, kind of traveled. One thing went viral. If you do see some stuff like I was cooking one time, took my shirt off, and that went kind of viral for a few years, and I ran with that. I was able to travel a couple cities. But then I was like, can I have like my career riding around with no shirt off cooking? So I stopped that because I wanted to teach and started teaching in New York City at a public school. Really loved the kiddos. Then started teaching here in Palo Alto, and started teaching Sunnyvale with the little kiddos. But I'm looking to get back into doing some more of the morning shows and get back into doing some TV stuff. So, yeah.
Well, there may be a niche, take your shirt off. I mean, let's see. Well, people can go to your website. What were the names then of the things that you showed us this evening?
So we just focused on what you would make a burger. So I made buns. We made our own walnut burger with quinoa. This patty had walnut and quinoa, and I showed that you can use sun-dried tomatoes for that one. And I just mentioned you can make your own omelet. Just mentioned that. I mentioned you can make your own donut, right? What else? You can make your own pizza crust as well. In that same batter or that same mixture, you can make vegan sausages. You just toast them. You put it in a toaster, high heat. And that is the same thing that you can put on a pizza. So all the items that you can see that you can make your burger, you can recycle and make supreme pizza. If you know what a supreme pizza, the toppings of supreme pizza, bell peppers, because that goes in the mix as well. So those are the things that I just talked about, and I also shared with you that I love to make mushroom bourguignon. This was one of my dishes. It's on there as well, mushroom bourguignon. It's a little rich taste. That one was with farro, good grain substitute. And on that mix, I didn't talk about the guac, but it's a good topping to put on your burger, California style. So that was just basics that we talked about. But have fun, look at all the recipes, share feedback and things that you make. Everything is simple. I don't think anything takes more than 20 minutes. I think the mushroom bourguignon is the only dish that really takes time. Other than that, you're fine. You'll have so much fun. Anyone not? Is everyone not vegan, or is there any people that are vegan?
Not, but.
I think about it.
Oh,
I
no.
think about it a lot. Does that count?
Oh yeah, I mean that counts. I mean the being open and receptive. I know the first time when I heard about going plant-based, I was like, huh? It didn't make any sense to me. Like, am I going to like lose my physique or like? So that was my hang up. Like I thought that I wouldn't be able to get my protein, which most people. But now people are more in tune or have all the information that you can get protein from a plant-based diet. So, but yeah, it's something that really changed the way I feel for sure. Going plant-based, I feel a lot better. I don't crash ever for the last decade. I don't crash. I'm always buzzing, so I don't even know how that feels anymore. And with plant-based, I don't feel like overly full or that feeling. That's one of the good things. TMI, you may have a lot of bowel movement, but that's about it. I mean, you'll never have constipation for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.
I'll switch back to, so this is the website.
Yes, Get Fit, Eat Well.
Eatwell.com.
Yes, it'll show you the nutritional value because I focus on macros, and it'll give you the recipes.
Thank you, Chef. This is wonderful. I'm going to go check out your website and check out your recipes. This is fun. Thank you for giving us some lessons.
Oh, well, thank you, Gary, for inviting me. And
well, thank you for doing such a great job.
I mean, I was like, when is it happening?
I forgot to
send me the invite.
Yeah, send you the official invitation we talked about on the phone.
Yeah, everyone knew except for me, but
well, at least you were home and willing.
Oh yeah. I mean, who cares? I think that anybody that's willing to kind of learn more about food and cooking, especially plant-based, I think is an opportunity for me to kind of exchange what changed my life. And it doesn't matter if you can't get the full flow, but there's tons of videos. You've seen tons of YouTube videos of recipes, but you have me in the flesh, right? So
even better.
thank you guys for sharing this time with me.
Well, thank you again very much.
You guys go cook the butts off.
Say goodbye.
Bye. I want a copy of your cookbook.
Yes.
Okay, go to the website. Before everybody leaves, just to let you know, next month, I believe it's going to be the 18th, is going to be Jerry Croth, who will talk to us about global warming. He's a retired professor from Santa Clara University.
Okay.
He's kind of at the other end of the age scale relative to Jacques. I think he's even older than me, which I've heard his videos. We've talked a lot. Okay, so thank you everybody for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jacques.
Thank you.
And Jacques, thanks a lot for rescuing this. We start off pretty rough.